Fuze food. Master the art.
Oregon? Who plays Fuze on Oregon? Nobody, because people don't know what they could do. And that's what I'm here to show you. Fuze versus the basement. So reinforced hatches are now fusible, but we're doing more than just fusing E-box here. The first one goes deep into supply. The next three, they'll go into E-box, but the last one, it's gonna fly into Bolo spot, pretty far. This is a power move to go along with the construction tower take. Especially if you can flash or stun E-box, then it's disgusting. Here's the full technique. Pay close attention to your compass. If your compass ain't doing what my compass is doing, it ain't gonna work. I'd like to point out that if you put a cluster charger head height on the far left of the wall, deep in elbow, one of the pucks is gonna sneak into the closet, and if you place this thing any other way, it won't. A cluster charge placed on the hatch, facing east, will clear laundry stairs through laundry, and you can be right behind those room-clearing explosives. If you know what direction to face, you can do something similar in freezer. Anyone standing on the box holding the angle will take damage if they don't move, but they probably will move. They're gonna back up behind the box because the first explosive kinda denies forward movement. So like theoretically, you could combo that with a very simple nade over the lockers, land behind the box. Boom, he's dead. Not to mention that this right here, it clears a lot of space. And the other thing is that if there's someone in the closet exposed to the drone hole, they're gonna take like 70 damage from this. Fuze versus the second floor. The biggest perceived liability with Fuze on Oregon is, what are you gonna do against a second floor defense? You can do a lot. Let me show you. A cluster bomb in the classroom will clear any floor-based breach denial off a game's wall. A cluster on the game's window will clear all types of denial, and will sometimes get bonus damage as it flies through the occasional rotate. So if games is cleared, then you can go for this. It's a little dangerous, but not that bad, and it clears attic very effectively. So here's where it gets nuts. If you leave your cluster charge here on this wall, and you cross over the roof, you can use the delay built into the reinforcement cluster charge mechanic to effectively clear 2 rooms at once via kid's window. So this is actually crazy. This could have implications on other maps that I have some work to do. These are also good options for a simple single final cluster charge placement. Fuze versus the Oregon first floor defense. Now that there's a built-in delay to the reinforcement cluster charge mechanic, you can effectively fuse in 2 places at once. They thought this was probably more of a nerf kind of thing. It's not. It's a buff. This allows you to span much larger areas with much more explosives all at once. In fact, here's your damage map. It's pretty nuts. If your team is going for a meeting take, Fuze can help a lot. A cluster charge right here, it'll clear the stage. And one of the pucks is gonna detonate through the door, which could be very disruptive if someone's trying to, defend against the tower take. If the defense was here, you have forced them back a little bit. So consider fusing meeting from east to west using the hatch. It's gonna be difficult for the defense to repel an aggressive attack while all this is happening. It's very stressful. Your antics are gonna open the hatch. And here's the thing, defenders are gonna think they're clever, so they're gonna draw a patch and they're gonna try to flank you from tower. Your team could have this claymore ready. It happens to be invisible to players with good crosshair placement. And if someone is holding security, this is a certain death trap if you can get them concussed. Just place your charge here, facing south, in front of the boots.